Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I want to start off with BRI, Brazilian resources. This is the foreign one. There's also a Toronto exchange for this one. A lot of people were talking about this over the weekend. A couple interviews, la-ti-da. But here's the daily. This is what happened today. But looking on a weekly, it's just barely getting going. Could see previous lows, I imagine. A little bump and run at 60. Something to look at, but you can see on the weekly how this popped above. This might need to retrace as the 8 comes across the 34, as we always see. But like everything else, it just might keep running. So look for previous high breaks. Definitely stay above previous lows. So it knocked in the previous lows and got knocked back. But it needs to fill this gap. Just something to watch. I know it's a lower valued stock, but they're talking about this thing at 250. I don't know if that could be true or not. But as it stands right now, it's breaking trend on a weekly chart. And looking at a monthly, you're looking at 60 to change trend on a monthly chart. The other one I've been hearing about is Jim Sinclair's Tanzanian royalty exploration. This is Jim, the old school sound money guy, gold bug, whatever you want to say. Look for previous high breaks on this. It's getting tight in this pattern. It's got a triple top that it could break out of. Certainly it could break down, but always buy on the breaks. You got a double top here at 38, and right here you got a triple top at 33. And this thing's been going sideways for a very long time. Looking at Tahoe, it's starting to run a little bit, getting close to that 10 mark. As it slowly creeps to 10, it's right at its breaking point, and you can see here that same pattern we always talk about, right over the 34. Look for a retracement possibly, but these retracements on these high flyers have not come into fruition. You got a little retracement here, but and then a retracement here, but this thing's ready to break out, no doubt. 10 o'clock high right there. Silver is still lagging. It hasn't moved yet, but it's creeping. USLV, the 3 times, what is it, velocity shares, 3 times long silver. This thing's ready to break out. This definitely made a bullish retracement. Met its 8, and now it's ready. Look for a flat top break at 14 and 1450. Hopefully this week we can stay above 1450 to get this thing running on a weekly chart. I don't think no, this doesn't do anybody any justice on my monthly chart. NUGT still hasn't come back, and now the 8 and the 13 are over on the weekly chart, so we're changing trend again. Seeing the same kind of bullish. I guess you can see here that it broke out and retraced really quickly. But follow the 8 all the way up. Looks like a previous low was at 80. So your potential on the upside is kind of not as much because it's been breaking out. But hopefully maybe this week or next week we can close above these previous lows. That way we can start moving forward. Again, I don't think my monthly chart's going to do anyone any justice. No, not even close. Yamaha is coming up to strong resistance. If you're still holding this thing, definitely take some profit. But it definitely definitely shot out of nowhere from 140, so it's doubled and a half. You can see that pattern it broke out of. See if I can get this right. Pretty nice pattern break. Same as the gold. Let's find gold and see that pattern. Gold and silver are moving after hours. They're going to move this thing when no one's looking. The cheap bastards. Where was? Oh yeah, gold daily. That same pattern. AGT or AUI. Kind of same high flying pennant pattern, right? Just a different angle. Let's see. Oh, I just lost it. Back to gold. Gold's moving. Here, hang on. I gotta find my silver. All right, so back to silver. They're moving this thing after hours. It's not even dark yet, and they're moving it higher. On a on a daily, you can see the reverse head and shoulders pattern. The right shoulder is starting to creep up. We're looking for a break at about 1580, and definitely look for this thing to tap 16, back off, and do a really quick U right over 16. Maybe it won't go the first time, but watch the second time or the third time. That's how it usually works. Let's do a 5 hour. It's still above that 8. I think yesterday it came down below the 8 and closed above, so it's still bullish. Looking at a triple top here and a double top here. They're going to run this thing. There's no doubt. This weekly pattern is huge. That bullish retracement is, you can't miss it. Boom. Look for a 16 break. Trying to get my money in there so I can wham bam thank you ma'am on this one, but I don't think I'm going to be make it. I don't think I'm going to make it in time. I did sell the truck. Not a huge amount of money. I'm not talking about lots of money here, but definitely enough for one contract. US dollar. I'm looking at this pattern and where it churned. It looks bearish. US dollars churned around, allowing. Look at that bearish retracement. It looks very clear now as that breaks across that line. So it broke down, came back up, hit resistance, our 13 and our 8, which are previous highs and lows, depending on where the price is coming from. So if the price is coming up into resistance to 8 and 13, those are previous highs. I don't know if you guys ever catch that. But it's definitely breaking down now. You can see it. Bearish retracement is completing. So look for previous low breaks and take a ride. I mean, this thing is going to crash hard. That is a steep angle. That is a steep, steep angle. What do we got? No, I'm missing something. Silver's going to run. USLV is going to run. Let's get this thing back in. Trying to get my money into these markets. I'd love to ride this one. S&P, same thing. It hit its maker and now it's backing off. Today on a daily chart, it has an indecision and it closed below. So look for well, we still have a double bottom here, so unless we take this out, anything could happen over here. But look for this thing to lose its momentum on the upside. So another thing that if this churns, what I like to look at is where it was supposed to go, making a higher low, and it didn't even come close. So it could still keep going. I believe that 2000 is a huge emotional spot on the chart, and just looks bearish from here. Looks like it smacked that 2000 and backed off. And I imagine a lot of traders are selling short into the into that 2000. Crude looks like we're getting close to previous low. We're breaking into previous lows, or it tried to, at 38. Could we see 39 or 40? I don't know, but that was a nice double bottom. If you saw that for a ride, let's look at a longer term and see where we can find a churn. 40 is the churn. Let's see if it'll make 40. Let me see here. Here's a nice safe PSLV silver. Eric Sprott's silver trust. It looks like it's moving higher. We got the reverse head and shoulders on this thing, just like the rest of them. Let's go a longer term. Let's see this thing. It's breaking out. Here's its final point of no return. That flat top break right there. Definitely, just like the silver futures, broke in. Changing trend, bullish retracement back to the 8. Boom. This thing's going to take off. What's the meeting line? Or not the meeting line. What's our point of return? First stop is 7. Breaking in the previous lows. If we can close above 7 on this thing for a week, could see 11. Or 50% of this long candle, which is 10. 10's more of a bet than 11. More of an emotional spot on the chart. That looks great. That looks sweet. Those are the charts. If you see charts like that, you just take previous high breaks and you take it. Take it for a ride. Those are the best, easiest. You can't miss them. Reverse head and shoulders pattern on a long term. Breaking a previous top. Making this flat top right here like a I always thought of it as a rocket launch pad. I think that's it. Trying to get my money in there. I got a little hang up with my previous broker, being that I can only trade futures with them. Before I can trade options, futures, and equities. So I was loving it. So now they're saying, oh, well, you can only trade futures now because we got acquired by this other guy. And I'm like, well, where do I want to put my money? I might even have to, because I'd love to trade equities and futures and options at the same time. But seems to me they rose their prices on TradeStation. That's my first choice. I may just go into a discount broker right away and be conservative, trade it to $5,000, trade it over to TradeStation, and then I'll be a happy camper. TradeStation's where it's at. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I had so much fun making strategies and using all their resources. It was awesome. So there you go, guys. Let me know if I missed one of the stocks you guys are following, but keep an eye on this issue. I know these are small ones, but they're talking a lot about Brazil resources, Tanzanian. That looks like a great chart once it breaks a flat top. This is Jim Sinclair's little baby, I guess. I don't know. Tahoe Resources is looking awesome. I'd really love to trade that. And SUSLV. That's a sweet chart right there. That's going to be nice. What's the target? Breaking into previous lows. We'll probably have bump and run at 16. Bump and run at 18 to 19. You never know. This thing could just boom, and you'll see them. You'll see the rocket launchers here real soon. I think that's it. Thanks for all your donations, guys. I think I raised. Can't be for sure. I think $120 from you guys, so that's awesome. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are getting some out of it. That's all that I was here for. I just wanted to have some fun. So I'm glad you guys are taking advantage. Trying to get my money in there. I want to be with you guys. I'm really, really jealous. Some of you guys make all this money, and I'm just sitting back. So please like, share, and comment. Let me know if I missed one of your guys' stocks that you're watching. Maybe you see another weekly pattern breakout on a miner or gold or silver. I'll talk to you soon. See you guys.